Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Wade from Unparalleled Universe. I just wanted to let you know about the Kickstarter that I've launched for the first ever 1/12 scale Odious figure. Odious is a character that I've created, and I'm trying to make a figure of him via Kickstarter, so be sure to check that out. Odious 1/12 scale action figure on Kickstarter. Thank you very much. Peace.
Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series Avengers 60 Years of Earth's Mightiest. This is, of course, the anniversary premium line of the year. It is the Avengers Beyond Earth's Mightiest. So this one here is the Target exclusive Black Widow. This is kind of like a deluxe figure because it comes packed with a bunch of accessories, but it's really the super articulated Black Widow because we have not had a female Marvel Legends figure with this much articulation. Spiral, I guess, technically would have more, but she had 6 arms, so that's crazy. But this Black Widow has butterfly joints. This Black Widow has double jointed elbows, double jointed knees, ab crunch, diaphragm joint, all of that. Crazy amount of articulation in this figure because we just don't get that. So the diaphragm cut with the inverted ab crunch is just crazy because while we see that on some Spider-Man figures now, it's insane to think that we would get it on a female figure because articulation for female figures just hasn't been great, like at all, until now. Now, this is probably a one-off for a while. And the wrinkles in the suit, it's going to, how often are figures going to be able to use it? And of course, the top portion is probably going to be specifically to Black Widow for a while. But yeah, it is awesome. And it is just packed with all kinds of accessories. Looking at the package, the cool thing about the package is we actually get a look at a couple of the different heads. Actually, it would have been nice if they did 1, 2, 3 so we could see the 3 different heads. But we have one here with the shorter hair. We have 2 more with longer hair. So here's like one of them. These 2 are the same hair. It would have been cool again if each image had the different look. But there's the comic artwork of Black Widow there, looking good. Here on the back of the package again, look at the amount of accessories. It's just insane. So we have 3 total heads. 1, 2, 3 total sets of hands. We have 1, 2, 3 sets of the Widow cuffs for her wrists. We have 2 guns. We have 2 blast effects, 2 smoke effects. Insane amount of accessories. Now this figure is $27.99. I guess that's about right. Yeah, I mean, $24.99 would have been better, but the anniversary line, we typically see higher prices on them, and it's the case for some of the figures, not all of them in this line. But when we get a brand new mold like this, well, I don't know if the legs are going to be new. The legs might be reused. The arms are probably reused as well, but butterfly joints, inverted ab crunch, and diaphragm joints. So lots of stuff and a crazy amount of accessories, including 3 heads, which we do not get 3 heads with very many figures at all. We might get 1 extra head. If we're super lucky, we get 2. But damn, how often do we get 3? So yeah, you know what? The more I think about it, $27.99 makes sense to me. And I think it's also part of Target exclusive figures. For whatever reason, they like to price at $27.99. The Tracksuit Mafia figure was $27.99, but then they changed the price to $24.99 at some point, which was kind of weird but cool, I guess. But then like Ant-Man was $24.99. So we'll see how that works. Like the Star Wars Black Series Target exclusives come in at $27.99 all the time, even though they probably shouldn't be. But here again, lots of accessories. So let's go ahead and get a closer look at each one of the accessories. We'll take a closer look at the Black Widow figure and the different head sculpts. We'll look at all of her articulation, and then we'll do some comparisons with some other figures. I got some Black Widow figures here. I have a Elena Belova figure that is not great, but could be so much better on that body. So we're going to see if the heads will work. The skin tones most certainly will not match, so that'll be somewhat of an issue, kind of, maybe, and probably not really. And then we also have another Black Widow figure here, and we're going to see how this new Black Widow figure looks on her motorcycle. So stay tuned with me, bear with me, and let's go ahead and check out this really awesome Black Widow figure. Alright, so we're going to take a look at the different head sculpts first. So here we have the short hair, and she does have, some hair kind of in her face, and that doesn't affect the digital print. Looks really good. There. Really, really nice looking. How easy are they to pop off? Pretty easy. On some of the older Black Widow figures, I think it was the Target exclusive, when I tried swapping out the heads, it just pulled out the whole, neck piece, and I was all mad about it. So here is the one of the longer hair versions. And that looks really good as well. Digital face print on there. I can't tell if maybe some of these are going to be reused. I doubt it. You know, paint goes a long way when it comes to these head sculpts. Man, I really would have no idea. Wow, I just noticed how bad that paint and stuff is going on this Black Widow figure. This was the second one that I had to get a replacement. Yeah, I don't know if some of these figures might actually reuse the head sculpts or not, and then just, you know, with the digital face print, just come out looking so much better. It looks like it has the same chin, but no, because when I look at the jawline up to the ear, that is a different head sculpt. I doubt this one would be the same. This one's definitely going to be different from any of the other ones, right? Although, yeah, the ears don't match. And of course not this one, because this was a Mary Jane head sculpt. Nope. And then this one, did we see this head sculpt with anything else? I don't remember if we did, but that one definitely doesn't look like it's one that's been reused. So again, here is the second head sculpt, and that looks really good. I'm going to pop that off easily. Yes. And then we'll get on this other one where this one just really poofs up there. And we have that head sculpt, and this looks pretty good. You guys let me know down in the comments below which is your favorite. I think I'm going to go with the short hair version. I like the short hair version. It looks pretty good. This one here would be my second favorite, and then this one would be my least favorite. But this one has a pretty classic look, I would say, to it. But yeah, you guys let me know down in the comments below which head sculpt is your favorite. Again, I'm going with the short hair. Okay, so that is all the head sculpts. Now looking at the hands. So we have, and I forget, I already changed out some of these hands. So out of the package, we have the two just like open hands, and these are the typical female figure hands that we see all of the time. So we have those. We do get trigger finger hands, and the cool thing about the trigger finger hands, or at least one of them, is the right trigger finger hand has the vertical hinge, which is perfect when, you know, using a gun. The left, while it's still a trigger finger hand, has the standard horizontal hinge. So unfortunately, that one doesn't work out the best, but at least we got one of them with the vertical hinge. And then finally, for the last set of hands, we do get a pair of fists, and these do have the standard horizontal hinge. So those are the hands. Now the widow cuffs, or whatever they're called, the widow stingers. We get the standard gold ones that come on the package, and then we get these other two that have the smoke effects already on them. As you can see there, they are different, so we don't get like two of the exact same. And then we also get the blast effect ones, and I think these two are going to be the same. So you have there with the red blast effects coming out of them. And then they can be a little warped, so you know, they're very pliable and stuff. So we get those. Then we also get two guns, and these guns are basically the same with a little bit of a difference. One has the silencer or suppressor. The other one does not, and that's the difference there. It's not like one's removable. They just, you know, use the same sculpt and then additional sculpting for the silencer or suppressor, whichever one it is, because I'm not familiar with how any of that works. So these look good, small in size. We get these blast effects here. We've seen these multiple times. We get the two different sizes. One is a little bit longer than the other. You can see there. And then what they are going to do is they are going to peg into the handguns. So we have that there. And then the silencer suppressor one, same thing. Ports right on in there. We have those blast effects. Now for the final accessories, we get the smoke effects. So here we have the two, and they're just in a translucent color. There's no like grayish or black color like some of the other ones that we had seen. So you have there, we have the smoke effect, and then we also have the larger smoke effect, which could then port into the other gun. So you can have two of them going at the same time. So if Black Widow's in a shooting frenzy, and she's using both guns at a time, which I can't use two hands at a time, apparently. We have that there. So those are the smoke effects. So crazy amount of accessories. And let's get a better look at the figure again. We have the gold belt here with the red, a little bit of red paint for the Black Widow logo there. Be careful on that, because on Wade's, his like rubbed off, so be very careful. And then other than that, there's not really a whole lot of paint, just silver for the zipper there, and then like the neck piece, that is a separate piece glued into the figure, so they didn't have to paint the skin tone or anything like that. And then it's just all black all the way through, pinless everywhere, elbows and knees, which is great. We get sculpted wrinkles and stuff in her suit, and those look pretty good. I like all of that there, and that's just in the torso that we really see, you know, the wrinkles, the whole torso piece. But yeah, looks really good. So now let's go ahead and see her articulation. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna do the short hair because we're going to get more motion in the head sculpt. So the other ones aren't going to be able to look up at all. This one, she can look up somewhat, as you can see there. That without having the long hair, you can work the head to go up. She can look all the way down. It is on a disc hinge instead of a dumbbell joint. Thank God for that. So you do get the swivel, but that does mean there's not going to be a whole lot of pivot going on in her neck, which I think is okay. You can get the arm to go out that much. You get a full rotation in there. Butterfly joint, which can get her shoulder to go back only so much, and there's only so much space because it is a smaller figure, but it looks like it could have potentially got more range. But what we have right now is pretty good. It's better than anything we've ever really gotten, because butterfly joints on female figures are few and far between. I know some MCU ones had gotten it, like the Kate Bishop figure. Crossbody going forward, it's a little bit more than not that it's saying that it's like the best ever, but we do get some crossbody, so it's nice that it's there. But again, you know, could it have gotten more range of motion? It's limited space in there, probably not, and I'm not an engineer. I don't know how that works. But what we do have, it's a little effective, so it's better than not having it, I would say. Upper bicep swivel in there, double jointed pinless elbow. Gives you that much bend there at the elbow, which is nice. Wrist swivel, and most of them have the horizontal hinge. The only one that doesn't is the trigger finger on the right hand has the vertical hinge. We got the diaphragm cut on Black Widow, so she could tilt to her left that much. She could tilt to her right that much. It's not a huge amount, but it is a little bit of movement there. She can go back just on the diaphragm so much. Just on the diaphragm coming forward is not a whole lot, as you can see there. So there's that. You do get the swivel at that diaphragm cut, but then with the inverted ab coming forward, Black Widow can move that much there. Going back, she can go back that much there, which is really good. So it gives us a kind of what like a standard range of motion that we would see with like the male figures, but finally in a female figure, because you know we just can't get any of the female figures to crunch down this far on any of them. So it's nice that we actually have that now. The only thing she is missing is she does not have drop down hips. Legs go out that far apart. She can kick forward extremely high, as you can see there. Leg doesn't really go back. You got an upper thigh cut in there. Double jointed knee, which is beautiful bend there, like so. No calf swivel or anything like that. Foot hinges all the way down. Hinge up. Ankle pivot. Peg holes at the bottom of the feet. No gumminess to these legs at all. And I thought, you know, that'd be a good point to mention because a lot of figures have that problem. This one, it does not. Absolutely does not. No gumminess. It is very sturdy. It is not going anywhere. So this is just awesome. What I wanted to do... Yeah, see, look at that. It reminds me of like the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man figure. I don't have that handy, but when the legs kick out so far, you can do crazy stuff like this that no other figure could really do. So that is insane. Okay, so I really want to get this out of the way because I want to see, you know, if this Elena head will actually fit on this new Black Widow body. And God, I would imagine it would have to, because if it doesn't, that would be a super bummer, because that just would suck. And oh, why does this head not want to pop off? Ooh, I didn't like that. Let's see. So far, so good. Boom! Bam! Here we can have our Elena. You can update it. So I'm sure, you know, people talented, you could probably pop this off, pop the leg off, and you could probably get this belt and stuff removed from her and placed onto this figure. I have no doubt in my mind that that is something that would work. That is not something that I know how to do or will attempt in any way, because I for sure would be breaking all kinds of stuff. So that will not be happening. But boom, yes, that head pops on there just fine. The hair perfectly flows over the shoulders and everything like that. The issue is the skin tone. There are many talented people that would be able to paint this portion of Yelena's face to match the skin tone of the chest, or paint that, but I would think paint the face would be a little bit easier. So you can have a super articulated Yelena, very I wouldn't say very easy. I was about to say very easily, but fairly easily, you know, for those that know how to do customizing and stuff like that. And there's no doubt in my mind that as more and more people start to get this Black Widow figure and it becomes more available at Target stores, pre-orders haven't shipped. They have been found in Targets. So shout out to Unparalleled Universe, Wade. He actually, you know, he went hunting, he found him, and he picked one up for me and the Wade crew, which was awesome. And then I got to meet up with him one day during work and to do the exchange and get the handoff. So that was really cool. But yep, I'm sure a lot of people, we're going to see a lot of this stuff happening, and I think it's going to be great. Okay, so here are all of our previous Black Widow figures. So we have the Walmart exclusive, the retro or vintage Wave 1, the new super articulated Target exclusive, the white suit Target exclusive, and the Ultimate Riders version of Black Widow. Lots of different ones, but none of them even come close to this new one. It is just far and away so much more improved and so much better than the other ones. It's pretty ridiculous. One thing that I did notice is the belts on these three are the same. They do get more paint though. As you know, here we just get the red Black Widow logo over the gold, but here there was a black circle with the red Black Widow logo. Here was a silver circle with the red Black Widow logo. That one didn't even try. They just painted on a fake belt. But yeah, you guys let me know down in the comments below your thoughts on this Black Widow compared to the others, because again, there is no competition here. This new one is just so much better than any of these other ones. It's pretty ridiculous. Okay, so here we go. She fits on the motorcycle very nicely with the added articulation. I think she does sit a little bit more natural, which is good. So that works out well. Now, the other tricky thing would be that, you know, with the long hair one, head sculpts, she's not going to be able to adjust her neck so much to be able to actually ride the motorcycle. It might look a little funny with her head because she may be kind of looking down, a little bit more focused. So depending on like if you want to do certain type of action poses or shots, things like that, you're probably going to want to go with the short hair version. But this gives you a really good option if you weren't happy with that other Black Widow that you have, assuming you do have this motorcycle version of Black Widow. Okay, so you guys let me know your thoughts on this Black Widow figure. I think it is awesome. I think it's worth every penny of the $27.99. It is a Target exclusive. Target exclusives tend not to be terribly difficult to get. She is starting to hit stores now. I'll have a link in the video description below. I can't remember if it's still on pre-order or if it's sold out. But again, it should be pretty easy to get. I believe online it says the release date is July 30th. There is no street date at the register, so you are able to purchase her if you see it in store. So good luck on your hunts out there, and then you guys let me know your thoughts on the comments below on this Black Widow figure. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit that join button to become a channel member and be a part of the MCU collective and show support for the channel. I really appreciate it. And as always, thank you for watching.